Hello students, I am here to start an interesting chapter of your science NCERT book, that is coal and petroleum. Dear students, you might have seen railway trains running on a railway track, cars running on road, and various types of automobiles, trucks, buses, scooters, bikes running on a road. Have you ever thought that from where did they get energy? Answer will be, you might be saying, yes, they get energy from petrol, diesel, gases, like in your bicycles also, you need gas, air in your tire tubes. So have you ever thought that from where does these things comes, or what are these things called? The chapter is based on two of those sources. These are actually the sources, and we get it from various types of sources which we called actually resources. And resources are of two types. Here one table is drawn for you, that is natural and man-made. Resources are of two types. In your day-to-day life, you have to just write down the various resources which you consider as a natural and which you consider as a man-made. That thing you have to do. This chapter is completely based on two resources, that are coal and petroleum. One by one, I will discuss what is coal, what is petroleum, from where do we get. But before that, let us see what is in this chapter. You have to study about coal, story of coal, coke, what is coke and what is the difference between coal and coke. Then petroleum. After that we will discuss petroleum, how petrol is refined, how it is made pure so that it can be used in various types of automobiles. Then what are natural gas? You might have seen in various types of automobiles written CNG. What does this means? Compressed natural gas, that is natural gas. It is written here CNG. These are various types of petroleums written here. You have to go through all these tables. So now let us start discussing all these terms, whatever written in keywords, one by one in detail. So let us study about natural and man-made resources. Firstly, we will discuss about natural resources. Here are some natural resources like sunlight, water, air, forest and fossil fuels. Basically, if we go through the fossil fuels, what is fossil fuels? Because petroleum and coal are one type of fossil fuels. So those fuels which we get from decomposition of dead plant and animal plants, and it take to consume approx 1,000 years. That's why it is not necessary to get it again and again, means in limited time only we get it and we have to use it, we have to save it. So things which are made by man with the help of machines and technology are called man-made resources, while those things which we get, examples of man-made resources are drawn here: railways, bridges, these all are man-made resources. But natural resources are those resources which we get from our nature, which we get by decomposition of plants and animals, or by the dead plants and dead animals. Natural resources are of two types written: inexhaustible and exhaustible. Resources which exist in unlimited quantity. This thing you have to keep in mind. Unlimited quantity में जो हमारे पास होते हैं, those resources are inexhaustible such as sunlight. These are also called renewable resources. These resources are also called renewable resources, while on the other hand exhaustible resources are those resources which are in limited quantity, which are limited in nature. For example, coal, petroleum, fuels, all these things are in limited. We don't have these things in abundant quantity. Like for example, forest, petroleum, coal, I have told you, natural gases also. Even wildlife are also the natural resources, because these also provide some kind of resources. If we try to understand this thing with the help of an example, here we are having jar with some chocolates, and if you distribute it, first row 5 students are there, all have got chocolates or toffee in unlimited quantity, means whatever quantity they need. But now if you will see, 5 students have left and only limited number of toffees or chocolates have been left in the jar. So how this things only takes place for some resources also. Things are very more, but resources are, means needs are very huge. Needs बहुत ज़्यादा होती, ज़रूरतें बहुत ज़्यादा होती हैं, and we are having very less amount of resources. So how we will consume it? So for that we need an effective management. With the use, we need to have an effective management, so that there should be no shortage of fuels. We have to be aware and make our near and dear ones aware.